One of the greatest mixed martial artists to ever step foot inside the octagon, Anderson Silva returns for his 25th and possibly last UFC fight of his career when he fights Uriah Hall this Saturday in the main event at UFC Vegas 12. And you can watch the entire event exclusively on ESPN+. Don't wait, click on the link in the description and sign up for ESPN Plus today.
Who's your pick? Who's the greatest? You, GSP, Jones, Khabib? What do you think?
The greats?
The greatest
for
ever.
Time?
All time.
The greats ever. Okay. The greats ever is God. This is the greats ever.
In MMA, what about MMA?
And MMA, I think, don't have the best ever, the greats the whole time. You know, because every single moment, every single time, come the new challenge, the new athletes, you know. Is for me, martial arts proves one thing: don't have the best ever. You know, and John Jones say that it's okay. I respect George St. Pierre. People say about George St. Pierre, it's okay. I respect. The people say that about Khabib, I respect. But you know, for me, I'm not the best. I just try to do my best I can. And martial arts, I just pray and put on my knees in the ground and say, thank you, God, for giving me everything, every single moment. And I'm not the best. I just try to do my best every single day. But that's the big challenge, you know, because nobody is the best except God.
The only thing I can possibly think of that caused this fight not to go through is his team thought it was a better matchup for him. I'm not going to sit there and toot my own horn and say that finding number 8 guy is a better deal than finding number 3 guy, but I'm pretty sure his team might have thought that Leon Edwards was the easier fight for him. He matched up better against Leon Edwards than he would against me.
Did they say that to you? Did his team, or is this just something that you're thinking?
This is something I'm thinking. I mean, the fact that he was willing to entertain fighting everyone else but me, I think that's pretty obvious at this point that his team and himself believed that the easier matchup for him was Leon Edwards. I mean, in my opinion, it's a no-brainer, but I think the proof's in the pudding. I mean, how much more they have to say I'll fight this man for him to step up and take the fight?
Hey, let me tell you something, man. He proved he had the chin. Gaethje did land some shots, but man, I tell you, that was a man possessed, man. He kept coming forward. I mean, Gaethje was out of breath after the first round. It looked he was breathing heavy. You know, he had to employ that game plan that he did by constantly moving. But I just, you know, if you're training, you got to be secure that you could do that for 5 rounds and stuff a couple of takedowns. So, you know, Khabib isn't the most orthodox striker, but he's willing to engage. He's willing to sit in the pocket, and he makes it work for him, man, period. That's it. He's tough, and he could take, and looks like he's got a chin on him, man.
What are your thoughts on the belt being vacant? Man, there's a ton of thoughts I have about the belt being vacant. Number one, it was completely unexpected. Completely unexpected. I, like most people, thought that Khabib was most likely going to retire at 30-0, or at least try to get to 30-0. 29-0 just doesn't have the same ring to it. Doesn't sound right to me. But when you're a guy like Khabib, who's been as dominant as Khabib, and also gone through what Khabib has gone through over the last 6-8 months, losing his father. He didn't just lose his father. He lost his coach, his hero, his mentor, his everything. You know. It made complete sense whenever you saw him get off of Justin Gaethje and start sobbing right away. So when the man says he's done, he's done. But now we got a couple guys at the top of the heap. We're talking about Conor, Poirier, me, Gaethje, Ferguson. Those are your 5 guys, your 5 horsemen that they're talking about fighting for this title. So we'll see what happens. All I know is I'm extremely pumped to be a part of it, and I want to go out there and win the title for you guys.
I show up here a week early so I can deal with the jet lag, which there was. I got here early. Jet lag kicked my butt, but I got adjusted. I started working out, training to get ready for the guys to get here. Well, Khabib shows up about 5 days after I do, and he comes in and he has the mumps. And I'm like, what the hell's the mumps? And I go, because in the good old US of A, we have vaccine. We don't have the mumps. We haven't even heard of the mumps, right? So I'm like, what the hell? I look it up. It's a 2-week, basically, death curse.
Yeah.
You're out. So I'm like, oh, crap. When did you get the mumps? Oh, the day before his father's event that he threw in Russia.
Yep.
So that was on a Thursday. He got it the day before. So he shows up that week. And I'm like, oh, crap. So he couldn't work out. He didn't work out at all. He got here on, I believe, the 11th, right? September 11th. Didn't work out. Couldn't work out. He couldn't work out. He was sick. So then come Monday, the following Monday, which was the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, about the 16th, he said, okay, I gotta work out. He's got to work out. We can't be going 2 weeks without any workout. Something we got to work out. So he worked out really light on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, he seemed to get a little bit better. And then Thursday, before training, I'm like, where's Khabib? Coach, he's in the hospital. I went, oh, no. It got worse. So he was in the hospital for 3 days, bro. Another IV and everything. And I'm like going, oh, man, this just couldn't have gotten any worse, man. I'm like, holy moly. I'm going, oh, my gosh. So I'm like freaking out, bro. And then we're still training the whole thing. We're waiting for him. And I'm thinking, we're fighting probably, I wasn't for sure, but I was thinking either the second most toughest guy or the toughest guy, behind Conor. And I'm going, and we're going to have this going on already. On top of the fact I don't have his father with me. Yeah. I'm like going, oh my God, what am I going to do? And my mind is like racing. I'm thinking, man, if I had a healthy Khabib, I wouldn't be concerned. But I didn't have a healthy Khabib. I had a Khabib that wasn't healthy at all. So he started training, he gets sick. Then he gets out of the hospital 3 days later. He can't work out still because he's got to rest. So he rested another 3 or 4 days, right? So we're already like, almost 3 weeks into camp. He still hasn't been able to really work out.
Yeah.
So finally, he gets to work out, and he works out light that whole week, right? And it goes, Coach, we got to do the sparring. I go, absolutely, we got to do the sparring. We're way behind the 8 ball. So he does sparring, right? And the first sparring session, I was like, no, shit, we're in trouble. There was a lot of things, but there was his first one, So I'm like, okay, it's gonna get better.
The rust,
then we had the first sparring session was on a Friday, and that was we're here almost a month already, bro. So we had our first sparring session on a Friday, and I'm going, oh man, no, not good at all. And I'm thinking, oh shit. Then Monday we had another sparring session, and you looked almost double what he did on Friday. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm starting to feel comfortable, and I'm going, good, okay, yeah, all right, we're good to go. Then all of a sudden Wednesday comes, second round, he's going for a takedown, and all of a sudden he stops, and I'm like, what's going on? What happened? I go, why did he stop? And because he's such a warrior, he doesn't show any pain. Yeah. And I'm like, what's going on? And all of a sudden his foot, right? And I'm like going, I just heard it. Oh, it's real bad, blah, blah, blah. So, okay. So he continued to spar that one out, right? And I'm thinking, but it was obviously very bad, right? And next thing you know, we take a couple of days off, and then he has an x-ray, broken toe. So I'm going, shit, and then a broken toe. We're 3.5 weeks out from the fight, 3.5 weeks out, broken toe. And I'm like, great. This is all we need. Great. So now we're in that situation. And on top of that, the other guys were getting the mumps because it was highly, highly contagious. So we had another fighter, 4 fighters got the mumps. They got thrown out of their fights. Umar got thrown out of his fight. Not only did he get the mumps, he got staph. Yeah. He got out of the fight. And then Islam Magny, same thing too. He got thrown out of his UAA Warriors fight because he got the mumps. And I'm like, oh my God, what's next? And a bunch of guys got staph, and it was just one thing after another, man. And I'm like going, this is a cursed camp. We had the greatest facility, had the greatest host, had everything going for us, but the camp itself was bad, And I'm like going. So anyways, long story short, Khabib, I said, hey, I'm telling him you should cancel the fight. I think you should cancel the fight. He goes, no. No, coach, that's fine. No, I'm not going to cancel the fight.
You know what? I'm about to say it.
Foot was a balloon.
My foot is blamed or something like this.